All right, so let's see where to start. Thanks for everybody for coming early. I don't have a PowerPoint this time. I know you guys are extremely disappointed because you were expecting my amazing PowerPoints, but I think we're past that. So let me look at the officer channel real quick.
Renewed life.
All right, so obviously everyone's, unless you've been under a rock, you realize that Wrath just got announced. So it's pretty hype. I think a lot of us were looking forward to that. I think that it's something that we are going to enjoy playing. So I'm going to start off with that. If you are thinking about playing Wrath, start thinking about maybe what you want to play. Don't focus on comp. Just focus on what you will enjoy. And so I think it's what I've told everybody for the most part. I know there's some memes along the way about that, but focus on what you want to play. Start leveling it up now. Get it ready, and in the future we will have signups and kind of a roster and start thinking about who wants to play what and what we can do with that. So there is a plan for Wrath. We are continuing as a guild into Wrath. A lot of people have expressed interest. I've expressed interest. So there's a plan in place. If you want to keep playing with us, no hard feelings. Or sorry, if you want to keep playing with us, of course you're welcome to stay, and I would love to keep the team going. And if you're leaving after Kill Jaden, no hard feelings. I feel like we've become a family over the last year and a half. This has been a pretty long marathon together, but if you are going to leave, again, you're always welcome to come back in the future, and I wish you all the best of luck. But all I would ask is that you please let us know. So for multiple reasons. First is so we can plan ahead, and we have a game plan going forward if you are going to leave. So there's that. So let's talk about Sunwell. Sunwell should be dropping in approximately 3 weeks. This is a educated guess based on the PvP season ending in 2 weeks, and historically, new tiers are released about a week after. So we're looking at realistically probably 3 more clears of BT, and kind of the same thing that we did with BT at the first place. We will raid whatever date is that it drops. We will more than likely do an extra raid day that week because of the Tuesday. If it drops on Thursday again, I would ask for everybody to maybe start clearing that up whenever we get a date. And we'll do a regular Tuesday clear of BT to get any last minute upgrades. I understand that's one extra day outside our requirement. We did it for BT. It went kind of well, and we do have backups and a pretty good bench if it doesn't. So just letting everybody know that ahead of time. So we had a big officer meeting, kind of went over everybody's goals and expectations, and more or less what we agreed on is that we don't realistically expect to clear this week 1. Would I love to? Yes. Will I prepare us to do that? Yes. The preparation will be there. Everything on my end will be there, and hopefully everything on y'all's end will be there. But let's be real. We're not going to overtime. We're not going to go crazy. That's just not our style. We had obviously the whole thing won't be open at launch either, but we should be able to clear the bosses as it comes open, as it's gated, and we will move forward with that goal in mind of doing whatever the best that we can the first week that goes forward. So going through the officers, a lot of things that we talked about was expectations on everybody to have knowledge of the bosses going forward. Not to directly call people out, but a little bit, we don't want to end up on KT week 8 and someone doesn't understand there's a Phoenix that comes out after in phase 5 of KT. Right? Small things like that will hold back our progression, maybe end the night without a kill. We want everybody to have watched the video. I'll link ones that we know. And I will post the raid channels with each boss with strategies. This is something you can look at when you're in the bathroom, you're on the pooper. Just go ahead and take a glance at it. I promise you it'll make sense, and it'll help us as a group come in. We have 25 people in here. If everybody puts in minimal effort forward, we can definitely cut down on our time and have a good clear. So the other thing that we talked about, our goals, is that we don't want to sit there for boss explanations for about 30 minutes before we pull each boss. So with that comes into the Discord channels, kind of the prep work. I will be taking, during our active raid time, we will take 3 minutes, probably each week going forward, not today, to watch a boss video. And I will outline certain things that I want you guys to expect. And then we'll go on about our way. It's not going to take up a lot of time. It's just small prep work that'll help us going forward. Now, raid expectations. I think this kind of been talked about, what we're looking for, what we expect. I know that it sucks that we're going to progression again this quick. It feels like BT was just released probably about obviously 3 months ago now. And we finished progression about 3 weeks into it. We got the kill, obviously, the second week. But we still had to do re-clear. We still had some growing pains. I think first month is really felt like a progression atmosphere, and then we kind of laid back. We pulled off Sundays. We've had 1 night clears now for a while. But we're going to be going back into progression environment. So, with that being said, Sunwell is one of the most difficult tiers that came out in these versions of the game. It's comparable to tiers in Wrath. It's comparable to, honestly, some of the mechanics are comparable to recent bosses. I'm going to need a summon Umbre, sorry. Got distracted talking. So, with that in mind, I would like for everybody to maybe take a step back, assess their own individual gameplay, and look at what is where you can improve in order to make the raid team better. If you need help with that in a constructive way, I would help you. Any of the officers will help you, and there's tons of players of your class or knowledge that would be happy to help. It's not to be toxic, but I've already talked with a couple people talking about ways to improve their UI, ways to improve macros. The goal is not to push you to do something you don't want to do. The goal is to make sure that we all have the best clear possible. That being said, Sunwell is a healer tier. Now, that's something that we haven't experienced really. Most of the time, it's either been tank checks or DPS checks. The only check in Sunwell is mechanics and healing. The DPS requirement for most bosses is about 29k sustained DPS across the raid. That is, for comparison, we hit about 40k sustained DPS on Terran Gorefiend. Okay? So we have the gear. This is more about playing properly. And yes, there will be minor DPS checks when we go up to 6 or 8 healers, but we will have the gear and we will have the capability to do so. That being said, healers and everybody that will be healing, the focus is going to be on y'all. That's also going to reflect in loot prio. We're going to be gearing out healers first and tanks second. The tanks can easily tank all the current gear with very minimal upgrades. So whenever it drops, then that's going to be the focus there. Okay, so next step on that. Obviously, you're going to be like, well, we don't have 8 healers, do we, Recon? I'm like, I'm going to answer that for you. No, we don't. But we do. Y'all just don't know it. So there's a lot of people that have other specs in their classes. I know it's maybe a weird thing for y'all to know, but it's there, I promise. What we're going to be doing is that we are going to be asking people we're probably going to be asking people to respec. I understand we've already talked about Zadrossi with it. He's been gearing up his healing set. Larsel's volunteered as well. But there is a diminishing return on Resto Shamans. So we have a couple other options we're looking at. In order to do that, before we do any changes, what I'm asking you to do, and what Umbre and what we've all decided, is that we're going to put up a sign up. We're going to ask people what classes, what specs, what characters they're willing to regularly and permanently play for Sunwell Prog and Farm. What I mean by that is if I say, hey, Dorg, sign up with what you want to play, and he puts up his Holy Priest, and 2 weeks into Prog, he's like, man, I really hate this. And then I'm going to be like, why did you sign up with that then? Because it is a possibility that I would ask you to play it. I'm not asking people to play something they're not willing to play. What I want to know is what you're willing to play without complaining to help the team go through Prog so that I can slot you into that roster spot if necessary. If you say, hey, I don't want to heal, I don't want to play Resto, I don't want to play whatever it is, that's fine. I'm not forcing anyone out. All we're doing is our guild goal is to focus on clearing Sunwell, and after that, we are going to farm it for the people that want to play Wrath. So in order to get the guild clear on Sunwell, we need to get the best comp forward for certain fights. So if you're not willing to play a spec, there is no pressure against you. I'm not removing you. Everyone here will get a kill on Kel Jaden because we're a team. We've worked through a year and a half now of doing this together. So yes, you will get your kill. If it's not week 1, it's really just because, hey, I can't bring, 6 Fury Warriors to KJ. So anyways, so as long as that's clear, there will be a sign up. Please keep in mind, again, when you sign up for something and I say, hey, you signed up for this, are you actually willing to play for it? then yes. Uh, Going along with that, I know people are worried about respec costs and gold and consumables, gems. The guild bank will cover that. I have been farming up gold. I will cover all respecs for anything that you need in prog. If I say, hey, go respec and respec back, I will cover your respec to the spec, respec out of it. The guild bank will provide the gems. If you need enchants, the guild bank will provide enchants. If you need consumables, and that's the next big conversation we need to have, is consumables are going to be helped with by the guild bank, but I have gold, but I don't have that much gold, okay? So the expectation during prog is that you're consuming on every single fight. If that is not something that you feel like you can do, you need to let us know now so that either A, we can help you with getting consumes, or we can swap you out. The reasoning is all of these fights are extremely mana intensive. They're 4 to 8 minute long fights. They require dark runes, they require mana potions, they require haste potions. If you think about it, a kill attempt, which may be 6 minutes long, is 3 haste pots per pull. Some of these bosses may be 10 pulls, 15 pulls, right? Start doing the math on how much gold that is. You need to start preparing now. Also, we're changing some loot prio. I understand that some people may have not seen their items, but for example, the tanking trinket, we're going to switch the loot prio from Zashan to hot-blooded. The reasoning is bear tanks are main tanks for all these fights, so the prop paladin is not as necessary to have the trinket. If 2 of them drop by the time we get to Sunwell, great. If not, we need to have our main tank on the specific piece of gear. This also includes Ospec gear. So Ospec tokens, I need to now funnel it to the healers that are going to be healing for progression. All right, that's a lot, but I'm recording this, so I'll repost it if you have questions. Next thing is Tier 5. We're not rating Tier 5 anymore. We will be doing, we are, but we're only doing Vash on raid day or only Vash afterwards. All right, boss channels and videos, already talked about it. Alt classes. If you have viable alts, please sign up with them, and I'll be helping you guys get those ready. I will also be prioritizing guildies for GDKPs. So as you know, we have the Thursday, Friday, Saturday run, and we also have the new raid team opening up. So again, coming back around, biggest thing here is clearing the content, prepping for Wrath, having fun, and getting the people that wanted to get the KJ kill and kill Jaden. Okay, I know it's been a little long-winded. Last couple things, and we'll wrap it up. Recruitment is open now for the other raid team. We're not touching this raid team. This is a standalone raid team. Same thing when we had Deadbeat. I'm not taking your main from here. So, Hoofguard, no, you can't come play with me on Wednesday because we need your arm warrior here. Same thing with team effort. None of this has really been accomplished by any of us alone. We've all been doing this as a team, and I really appreciate y'all for putting the effort forward. And we're almost at the end of the race. We have a little bit more, so I'm just asking that people push, put in the effort, don't waste other people's time, and contribute as part of the team, and we'll finish this expansion successfully. So if anybody has any questions, I'll answer that while we start pulling. So we're not here the rest of the night.
That means everybody in, and let's buff up and get everything done. Quick notes to touch on what Recon said. I made 2 sign-ups. I'm sure most of you saw, and some people have started signing up at random on the raid sign-ups channel. But one is for Team Havoc, which is us. For those that have been around long enough to know the name, we're Team Havoc. We raid on Tuesdays and Sundays. Then there was going to be Team Deathwish, which is on Wednesdays and probably another day. If you are free on at least Wednesday and another day, and you wish to raid on like an alt or something, as an additional time to this day, you're welcome to sign up for that. Sign up with same thing. Sign up on these rosters with all characters that you wish to play on. Going back to Dorg's priest example, if Dorg signs up on his hunter and his priest on one sign up, it's going to be, our discretion and what we have available to us to pick which one we need most for that. That is not to say that if you pick, you put on an alt, that I'm going to suddenly drop a glaive warrior for a feral druid. We're going to take what's best for us, what we've been using as best we can, and then go from there. So please sign up on all characters right now. Take 2 seconds before we start this first pool, and just click on those signups with all the classes and specs. You can change your name, even. Raid Helper will yell at you when you hit the sign up. so you can change your name to whatever it is. You can put you Dorg Priest Dorgal, and it'll show up as that if you want to clarify. So please do that now. Take 2 seconds now, so I have a full 25 at least. And then everyone else listening in that is not a part of the core raid team, please sign up on one or both if you want to be a part of it, because we're going to need healers, we're going to need to move things around, so please sign up. And then one last thing with the signups, as you guys saw probably, all the signups show up on our full roster based on the roster signup that I made up a couple weeks ago. So if you're going to be absent for something or late to something, you need to make sure that you click those buttons after the signups. Signups show up 2 weeks in advance, so you have 2 weeks to click absent. And once you do it, it gives you reason and everything. So all you should do is click absent if you're not going to be there, late if you're not going to be there, tentative if you're not going to be there on time. But do that. Questions, comments, concerns, queries?
Alright, that was a lot. I recorded it. I'll post it. If you have any questions again later, or if you want to ask during raid, just let me know. Why are people not in the instance? Is there 2 instances?
Kuna and Shan.
Kuna's
Ali
working
is
on
coming
it.
in right now.
As I see.
I'm relatively close. I'm literally buying the Pauldron enchant, and I have a summon pending.
Okay.
I just wasn't ready for this.
No, I understand. That's gotcha. Couple things while we're pooling. I have immolation oil for people that if there's a couple people that want it. It's 3 gold a pop, so